Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video. Okay, so we're going to do a fix for you guys. If you guys have this issue that is very common to Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep vehicles. Essentially, this is a no crack, no start. You get into your vehicle and you get no power, except that you do get a digital reading on the dash of the mileage that's on your vehicle. But outside of that, you get no power to anything whatsoever. All right, you try to put your remote key in and try to turn it, and nothing happens except for that digital reading. Your windows don't work, your radio doesn't work, nothing else turns on except for that. Now, this is a very common issue with Dodges and Chryslers and Jeeps with the what would be called the wireless ignition node. If you guys, it's called the WIN, or the wireless ignition node, 2006 to 2010. A lot of times could be these keys are not just from 2006 to 2010. You could have these keys from 2011, 2014, but whatever the circumstances are with these wireless ignition node remote system key start systems. Apparently, Chrysler products, Jeep and Dodge that fall into the Chrysler lineup of products seem to have issues with this. Now, now here are the symptoms of this. Okay, you get a no crack, no start. You get the only thing you get as far as power is concerned is you see power, that you know that there's power, is some kind of power is the digital reading on the dash of the mileage. Now, outside of that, you're gonna get a no communication issue with the ECU when you put in the OBD2 scanner. What's OBD2 scanner? You try to scan, it's gonna say there's no communication with the CAN bus, the car's ECU, ECM, PCU. PCM, it's gonna say that there's no communication. All right, if you plug in OBD2, it might just hang, as far as not being able to complete any kind of communication with the car's CAN bus, car's computer system. All right, but if you go and you troubleshoot this, the battery, troubleshoot this with the fuses, you troubleshoot this with anything else, you notice that everything else has power. It has power except for the fact that nothing works in your vehicle, and B, there's a loss of communication between the CAN bus and your car's vehicle. Or if you try to scan your car for codes and issues and stuff like that, it won't be able to scan or read it. Now, what a lot of people have done is they've had their car towed because they can't figure it out, this issue. Get it towed to the dealership, and the dealership's going to tell you, if you're in this situation, that the car's computer, the car's ECU needs to be replaced, and the cost of that is ridiculous. It's like $2,000 for that cost, $2,000. Now that's and a lot of these Dodge dealerships, for whatever reason, they I don't know if they're lying, or they don't actually know exactly what the issue is outside of replacing the ECU, but it just seems to be, it just seems that a lot of people with this issue who have taken their cars to the Dodge dealership have has had Dodge tell them that it's the ECU that's the problem, and they need to swap out the ECU, and that's going to cost them $2,000. But regardless of whether that this is the issue, I'm going to give you what the issue is. As far as the fix to this, and it's not a quick fix. You're going to have to replace something, and to replace that, you're going to have to take the dash out. But you could do this yourself, and it probably won't cost you anywhere close to $2,000. Now, the wireless ignition node, all right, obviously, at this point, I've mentioned it multiple times, that's going to be your issue. And here's the thing about it, all right, if that has issues, the scanner is not going to be able to read the car's computer, and there's going to be a communication issue if it's not able to turn the vehicle on. If you guys look online for this part itself, it's about $200 to $300 for the part. All right. Obviously, if you guys have this problem before switching it out, you're going to want to know what exactly the symptoms are, because there are so many things that could cause a no crank, no start issue. But the difference is with this particular set of issues with this wireless ignition node, and the short abbreviation for it is the WIN, WIN, wireless ignition node. All right, you're gonna have no power. Like, no, not that you're not gonna have any power, but you're not gonna be able to work anything inside your vehicle. It's as if there is no power, but there's power getting to every single fuse, relay, everything else. Okay, there's no power issues with any other portion of the car, except for the fact that none of the accessories actually work. And it's a common thing that the WIN is essentially the ignition module, and if the ignition module on any car has issues, there's a good chance that your accessories will be affected by it. But in this situation, the other thing that would be affected by it is also the communication issue, is that you can't actually scan it because there's no communication with the with the car's computer, because it's not actually switching the car on. All right, for there to be a communication with a scanner, the ignition needs to be switched at least to the on position, and because there's an issue with the module itself, it's not going to switch to the on position. So that's why you're not having any power to any of the accessories, and that's pretty much the main problem as far as the problem with the node itself. It's when you put your key in, it stays on the first position. It doesn't turn to the on position. And obviously, if it doesn't turn to the on position, you won't be able to start your vehicle. But because it stays on the first position, your car is not actually on, because it's not on the on position. But like, I know I'm repeating myself. If you guys know anything about the positions of the key and what it does as far as what position it's in, then you would actually know what I'm talking about. But just take it for what it is. If you guys have that set of symptoms, it's probably your wireless ignition node that's the problem. And if you troubleshoot it to this point, and your dealership, if you went to the dealership, they'll tell you that it's probably the ECU. Definitely try changing out the $200 part first for whichever vehicle you have, because apparently, you know, this is in a lot of different Dodge. This is in Dodge Rams, Dodge Chryslers. It's in Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers, Chryslers, Jeep, Cherokees, whatever vehicle you have that has the wireless ignition node with this kind of key for it, definitely, you know, check to see if that's not your problem before actually swapping out the ECU. And $2,000 is quite a bit of money as far as just swapping out an ECU on a car, but that's what the dealerships are charging. But this might fix your issue. If you guys have any of your own personal experiences with this, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. It might help somebody else out. Please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff. All right, guys, take care.